from the beautiful resort city of Virginia Beach, Virginia, for tonight's edition of RWL Rage. Glad you're with us, one and all. My name is Don Hickson, and joining me here will be Christy Ogilvy and booking agent Myron Simmelman. Christy, welcome back. Hangman Tex Lynch was a fine replacement, but he can't replace you.
It's nice to be back, y'all. Really missed you too last week, and ooh, am I ready for some serious RWL wrestling action tonight. And I'm even more excited about the Christmas Holiday Massacre and the Memphis Million, both. Coming up in just a week or so. The action always gets wilder as we close out the final days of the year, right?
Standard operating procedure, Christy.
Our opening contest this evening, a ladies division matchup with the pistol hot and extremely controversial Georgia Washington. Set to face Brenda Blaire one-on-one tonight.
Boys, eyes near, here we go.
Opening match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, here is the Yankee Rose, Miss Georgia Washington.
The red, white, and blue scourge of RWL, Georgia Washington, back with us again this week, setting aside her current disputes with Brooklyn Von Brown in favor of Brenda Blaire, who she'll be facing tonight for the very first time.
And she's talking, making noise about how Brenda is small time, that Brenda Blaire is as beneath her as small shows.
What, again?
Real nasty, you know? Come to find out, Brenda's heard about those remarks, and her only comment regarding Georgia Washington to me was, watch how fast I chop down her cherry tree, 'cause I can't tell a lie, I'm gonna kick her red, white, and blue behind all over that ring. Guess we're about to find it out. But I'm kinda hoping Brenda's plans come through for her.
Well, she sounds like she means business.
And the opponent, from San Jose, California, Brenda Blaire.
And here she is, the queen of the comebacks, Brenda Blaire. And she has been rising in popularity week after week after week since her return over the summer during the Sweet Revenge Tour.
Well, Don, you know, that's pretty consistent with constant winning.
Consistent wins are a sure way of getting the fans' attention. I mean the old expression, everybody loves a winner. It's not bullshit, and Brenda has been doing exactly that. Not sure what we can expect from Georgia, but she's definitely going to be looking to embarrass Brenda Blaire, and it makes me kinda hope she ends up shooting herself in the foot, being all overconfident like she's been doing with Brooklyn Von Braun.
And Brenda Blaire, those staring daggers of Georgia Washington. As she enters the ring, gets ready for this opening contest tonight on RWL Rage. Georgia Washington putting aside her current conflict with Brooklyn Von Braun in favor of Brenda Blaire this evening. This is their first encounter together. Here we go. Referee sounds the bell. Brenda Blaire quickly taken down with an arm breaker by Georgia Washington. A chop across the chest. Brenda counters. Brenda Blaire tussled, shoved back. Georgia Washington delivers a shot and a snap mare and a kick to the back of Brenda Blaire. Brenda, round up. Oh my, whoa, what a shot right there. Brenda Blaire caught in a head scissor. Georgia Washington beats a tattoo on her noggin. Brenda steps out a minute, expressing perhaps a bit of frustration. Georgia Washington not waiting here. Going right for the attack on the outside as the referee begins his count. Hard right hand from Brenda. Another that misses. A quick counter from Brenda again on a standing dropkick that drives Georgia Washington right into the apron. The referee admonishing Brenda Blaire to get back inside that ring. But these two don't seem to care. Brenda Blaire quick with a counter from behind and a kick to the leg of Georgia Washington. Misses with another kick. And Georgia drives her straight into the ring steps. The count continues as Georgia Washington continues to mount the aggression between herself and Brenda Blaire. Brenda hauled halfway across to the opposite far corner. On the outside, the battle continues here. Spinning neckbreaker from Georgia Washington. Georgia rounds Brenda Blaire back up. again drives her into the ring step. Georgia Washington absolutely demonstrating her mean streak here this evening. Georgia with Brenda up over the shoulders. Pancakes her face first into the floor. Straight into the floor mats. The referee's count. Continuing, perhaps Georgia Washington thinking she can run out the clock here. Brenda Blaire tries to get back in. Georgia Washington assists her with the process and slides herself back into the ring as well. Slams the head of Brenda Blaire right into the canvas. Georgia Washington with Brenda up over her shoulders. Look at this. Oh, my, whoa! A package neck breaker from the Yankee Rolls, Georgia Washington. Georgia rounds up Brenda, hangs her up off the top rope in brutal fashion. Georgia rounding up Brenda, and they exchange chops to the chest, and a wicked kick from Brenda Blaire takes Georgia Washington down. Brenda Blaire doing a little showing off for the fans here in Virginia Beach. And they are eating it up. Georgia Washington taking quite a pounding here at the hands of Brenda Blaire. Brenda whipped into the ropes. Georgia catches a knee in the head as Brenda Blaire counters quickly. And indeed, Brenda Blaire becoming increasingly popular as the weeks go by. Whoa, what a DDT, a pendulum DDT from Georgia Washington. Taking herself all the way up to the top. Fails to connect with the driving knee. As Brenda Blaire takes advantage, goes for a cover. 1, 2, no. Georgia Washington powering out of the pin. Brenda Blaire stomps her back down into the canvas again. Georgia counters with a right. And nails Brenda Blaire with that spear of hers. Georgia covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and Brenda Blaire just about getting the shoulder up. Georgia Washington letting Walt Rothburn really have it here. Brenda back to her feet. Up over the shoulders she goes once more, but Brenda Blaire not riding for it. Delivers a series of elbows to the head of Georgia Washington. Now into a dragon sleeper, snaps the arm. And into a spine buster. Brenda quickly covers again. 1, 2. That was very close. But Georgia Washington still not able to be pinned. As Brenda Blaire takes herself all the way up to the top again. And whoa! What a double boot stomp. Brenda covers 1, but only a 1. I don't know how Georgia Washington got that left shoulder back up, but she sure as hell did. Brenda rounds her up again. Quickly countered by Georgia with a kick to the midsection. Brenda counters with a kick of her own. Fails to connect with another kick. Connects with an elbow instead. Goes behind. German suplex on Georgia. Brenda rounds her up again. Whoa, what a nice move right there, but quickly countered by Georgia Washington, who fails to connect with the spear, catching a knee to the skull instead. As Georgia Washington rolls out onto the floor as Brenda Blaire rallies the crowd into her favor. Brenda on the outside, caught up by Georgia Washington, quickly rolled back inside the ring. Georgia makes her way back inside. A wicked chop. And slams the head of Brenda Blaire right into the canvas. Brenda being rounded up again. What's Georgia got here? Whoa, what a suplex from Georgia Washington. Georgia with another wicked chop across the chest, and whoa, a flip over neck whip, and Brenda Blaire is out. As Georgia Washington admires her handiwork here. Brenda slowly being rounded up again. Georgia tries for that chop maybe once too often. A kick to the midsection from Brenda Blaire, and look at this. Up pedigree out of nowhere. Georgia covered. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, not a 3. Now Brenda Blaire letting Walt Rothburn have it for a slow count. As Brenda Blaire decides she's going to have to go for it one more time here. Georgia Washington slowly back to her feet. Another kick to the midsection. And yet another pedigree. That is definitely going to be the end of Georgia right there. 1, 2, 3. You can count to 12,000. Brenda Blaire wins this one by pinfall.
The time was 6 minutes and 16 seconds, and your winner, Brenda Blaire.
You know, I'm not sure if I said it the last time we saw Brenda Blaire, but I'm gonna say it now. I got a feeling that Brenda's gonna be very, very hot come 2025.
Well, I'm sure impressed with Brenda. Not too many opponents have been able to take Washington down, and Brenda here may be only the second gal I've seen pull it off that I can remember. And she stopped Georgia cold with those 2 pedigree facebusters. 'Cause yo, she was gone, gone, gone.
Not just gone, Christy, but very, very gone. Brenda Blaire certainly putting the exclamation point on this one with a terrific win over Georgia Washington. And fans, we will be right back with more RWL Rage right after this.